What's going on, people? You're here with me, Sanchez Payne, and you are in for a treat. I am speaking to now one of the biggest artists to come out of the area. Everyone knows him for his music, how he rocks the decks, but it's time to find out a bit more about the man behind the music. I'm talking about the one and only DJ Bailey P. What's going on, my man?
Good, bro. How's things?
Things are great.
Good.
Even better to be here with you. And I have seen your rise. I have seen you grow from a boy into a man, someone who has loved music with a passion. But I want to find out a bit more about the man behind the music. Is that cool?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's start from the beginning. Where did the passion for music come from?
It's a bit, I don't know, to be honest, it's a bit weird because it was like, I just used to listen to music and I just used to always knew like, oh, this would sound good with that and that would sound good with this. And we used to be sitting there and be playing like PlayStation and I'd be like, yeah, this tune, it sounds sick with that tune. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea, you know. And then, yeah, just one thing led to another. And then my stepdad got some decks and then, yeah, just...
The rest is history.
Yeah.
What kind of age was that when you started to piece things together?
14 when I got my decks for the first time, yeah, 14.
And how old are you now?
19.
So in this 5-year span,
Yeah.
you have had such an amazing career already. Do you give yourself time to look back and see what you've accomplished, or is it always focused on the next step?
Yeah, I don't really ever really look back and get, because what's happened, and I just take every day as it comes and just, yeah, and just whatever happens, you know what I mean? That's just how I look at it, to be honest. But yeah, sometimes I do look back and think, wow, do you know what I mean? But yeah, just take every day as it comes.
Well, there's many accomplishments. We are going to dive into them in a bit. But I want to know, what does music mean to you? People have seen you on stage. People have seen you in the teen scene parties. People have recognised your talent and your passion. But I want to hear it from you. What does music mean to you?
It's everything. It's my identity. It's in my DNA. Do you get what I mean? It's like I don't think I could go every day. I've got, no matter what I'm doing. I used to work. Yeah, I used to do bathroom fittings. Yeah. My dad's mate, and I used to do tiling and that, and he used to I used to always mess up because I could never really focus on tiling. Do you get what I'm saying? And it was literally because all I could think is, when I get home, what am I gonna do to this tune? Let's compress this kick differently. Let's make this. Could I add that bass line there? Or could I put this organ there? Do you know what I mean? So it's just always on my mind. I can't ever get rid of it. So music's so much more than just music to me. Do you know what I mean? It's my DNA. I need it to breathe, sleep, eat, everything. Do you know what I mean? That's
and
what the deep is.
There's so much more to music as well, because of course you are a DJ and a producer.
Yeah.
And the question that a lot of people like to know, which came first?
DJing.
So
yeah.
Initially you wanted to be able to manipulate music and DJ on the decks.
The reason why I got into producing was because I was DJing and I used to do a mix series called House and Organ, and I did about 6 volumes. It used to be 20 minutes, and I used to put like some sick tunes in there. To be fair, not to, but and then it got to a point where I'm thinking, I've mixed all these tunes now to the point is I can't start playing the tunes twice in the mixes. Do you get what I mean? So I was like, right, so what do I do? And then make my own tunes. So I was like, alright, let's start making my own tunes, and then therefore if I'm making my own tunes, I've got an endless limited amount of tunes, and it comes down to me, how many tunes I have. Do you get what I mean?
Okay, so you basically thought, I want to take control and have the power in your hands when it comes to music.
Basically, yeah, really, but it was mostly just for like mixes, like I don't know how to explain it, but
No, it sounds really cool. Basically, you were DJing so much you were running out of tunes that you had to make some more. What's that process like? So from DJing, is it a whole new skill you had to then learn, or did producing kind of work alongside DJing, or is it something totally different?
They're totally different topics, in my opinion anyway. Because DJing is, obviously I love DJing and I love mixing, but producing is such a deep hole to fall into. Because it's not just like, let's put some drums and then a melody and then this there. Everything's got to be in keys. There's limits. There's like loads of keys, loads of. Do you know what I mean? Like there's C sharp harmonic minor, C sharp natural minor, major. You got to learn all that. Then you got to learn sound design. Then you got to learn how to mix your drums. Then you got to learn your EQs, your compressors. So it's such a big topic. There's so much avenues of just music production that it just consumes your time so much. Do you get what I mean?
And this is brilliant, because this is again what people kind of need to know, because a lot of people like myself, the consumers, We hear the end product.
Yeah.
We hear the tune when it drops, and we're like, this is a banger. But the reason why it's a banger is the hours and hours of endless torture that you put yourself through to make it happen, right?
Well, I've just done a remix for. I didn't do it for them, but I heard Ray's vocal on that tune, "Money Calling" with Russ. And I heard them vocals, and I was like, they're screaming for garage drums. And when we went to Sheffield, I was playing in Sheffield on Saturday, and we went to Tank after him. My mate came up to me and said, "Okay," he went, "Do you know that Ray tune?" He went, "Yeah." He went, "They need garage drums." I was like, right, if he's heard it, and he's thought it, and I thought it.
That's
these
crazy.
So that was Sunday, and then so Monday I just did it. I forgot the point I was going to make.
Well, when you say you've just done it, talk us through that process. You've heard the vocals.
Yeah.
What's the next step? Because we want to get inside your head and how it works to make the end product.
So what I did was just took the vocal off the tune with like an online thing, and then I did a melody to it. So I did the chords, and then I did the drums. I never really follow a strict process of do the chord melody, then the drums.
Yeah.
Or
Just
sometimes
in the
I do the
studio,
drums
yeah.
first, or I do the chords after. I just go with the flow, and where the flow takes you is where you end up. Do you know what I mean?
Because that, to me, that sounds like real passion. A lot of times people may look and wonder why people do this. You said all the things you have to educate yourself on. That sounds like a lot. The reason why is because you love what you do, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'll be sat. That's what I'll get in the point at is I've listened to that track that much to the point of everyone in my house hates the tune. That is how much I've listened to the tune because I just have it on repeat and it's just the drums and I'm just sat there. I could listen to the drums for about 20 hours and not get bored. I just love them drums, and that's not because they're my drums. I do that with every other tune.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's an MJ Cole tune. I forgot what it's called. And it's in his mix, and it's the first mix, and I swear to God, the amount of times I've played that tune in the shower, everybody in my house knows. I was in the car and the tune came on, I put it on the car and everyone was singing, "How do you lot know this tune?" Like,
because you played it a million times.
Yeah, because when I'm in the shower, it's the music it's high, like everyone in my area knows Bailey P's in the shower when I'm in the shower.
So here's the thing, you kind of touched on it there about the people in your household and stuff. Where does the support network come from? I'm guessing this is something that can be very lonely at some time because you're in your zone, but do you have a foundation of people that have supported you?
Yeah, definitely. My mum, stepdad, dad, everyone really supports me, to be honest. Obviously at first, when I was starting out, people like, obviously you get that, you're going to have to get a job and this and that, but then you get to a point where you kind of start proving them wrong and you're like, what are you saying?
This is all showing the inside of your day-to-day life and why you love it so much. Because I remember playing football just for the love of it, and then like you said, being recognised outside of it was an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
Because you don't actually realise the impact that doing something you love has on other people in the world.
Well, that's what I'm going to say to you. Everyone wants to be a footballer, but not everyone has the passion for the football.
Yeah.
Everyone sees that DJ's sick, or look what he gets. He might turn up and have a bottle on that rider, but not everyone has that passion. I don't make music at all to go out and get recognised. I make music because I like to sit in my studio and just jam. That's why I don't leave my studio, like my home studio.
Well, we know this is true because you said earlier off camera that you download your songs as soon as you've made them and go downstairs in the kitchen and jam to them.
As I do. So I'll make the tune, or I'll be working on a tune, and then I'll be like, right, tea breaks. I love my cup of teas, yeah. and then I'll just be stood there in the kitchen jamming with Kat. Like that in the kitchen, just me. I'm like,
does the cat respond?
The cat just looks at me and thinks he's knobbered. sorry, I'm not supposed to, but yeah.
Yeah, so the cat looks at you and just thinks, what is this guy on?
But I proper go for it in my kitchen, like I don't hold back. But when I close my eyes, what I'm thinking is I'm a big believer in law of attraction and manifestation. That's a big thing for me. So I close my eyes and I can see myself on a main stage at like Bass Fest or something, and I can see this tune. But obviously what tune I'm making is where I'm at. Do you get what I mean? So the bass line tunes, I'm at Bass Fest main stage, or the house tunes, like I don't know, maybe at Leeds Fest and it's just like one of my opening tunes or something. I don't know, but I like to do them things. I like to do like for teen scenes, one of the maddest things. So I got booked for my first teen scenes on New Year's Eve, and then in November, I don't even know how many years ago, it's quite a few years ago, and all I remember doing is my decks used to be here and there used to be a white wall. I just remember looking at that white wall and imagining it were a crowd. And then a couple of months after that, I got booked for teen scenes, and that were in February, and there were 1,000 people in attendance on my first ever show, and that was just like mental. And I had 15 minutes, and I just remember I don't even remember the set. That concentrated on the decks and making sure that every mix I did were right. that I don't even remember the set, to be honest.
So Bailey, you are 19 years of age, and yet you have achieved some monumental things already. Let's touch on some of them. If I was to ask you what's the biggest thing that's happened in your career so far, what would you say?
I think charting in the Apple chart, that was pretty big for me. And
let's break down each thing. Charting in the Apple charts.
Yeah.
Tell me what song, tell me how you uploaded it, and tell me the feeling when you saw this happen.
Do you know that tune? Yeah, that tune I was never going to release. I was never going to release it. That's why I was doing like these. I made ages ago. Yeah, I made this lo-fi beat. So I thought, right, TikTok would kind of popular. Right, my mates like do beat breakdowns. Like, all right. So I did a lo-fi beat breakdown because I thought everyone were into lo-fi. Like it would kind of like had a little bit of a buzz then. So I was like, all right, I did this. Anyway, I made this tune. I had operation on my knee, on my ACL, and I wasn't allowed to walk. Like I had to be, my leg had to be like straight for 8-9 weeks. So I was just sat in bed, and it was like probably one of the hardest things I've been through, yeah, honestly, because you just sat there, you can't go anywhere, you can't make a sandwich, you can't make a brew, which I love making.
You love your tea.
You can't dance. Like I was like, what can I do?
Can you dance? At the best of times?
I just head nodding it, just head nodding, and good finger. When they make an appearance, you just know I'm waved.
Okay,
you know
that's okay.
So so I made Together, and it was just like a quick thing I made in the day. I just made it, and I was like, it's alright. I won't really say one of my best tunes. So I was like, alright, why don't I just make one of those beat things, the beat breakdowns for TikTok? I just did it, posted it, banged. Like I think it's sat on 400,000 views now. It just went mental and I didn't even expect it. My mates went, go on your TikTok a sec. So I went, why? Like, I'll just check it from here. We're on Warzone because that's what we were playing at the time. And I was just seeing like it was like something like stupid, like 1,000 comments, 3,000 likes. And I was just like, what? And then obviously it just took off. So I was like, right, I need to get this tune out quick time. So I just got the tune out March 4th this year, and it charted. It got to 12th in the dance charts above Tom's and Eddie, and that. I was like, yo. Obviously, Tom's and Eddie stayed in the charts for longer than me. You know what I mean?
He's the goal, obviously.
Yeah, he is. But that's
wow.
the thing. But because I've listened to that many Tom's and Eddie tracks, and Tom's and Eddie he likes bassline, probably one of the first bassline tunes I heard. Do you know what I mean? I was like baileyp up there with Tom's and Eddie, like, what you on about? It was mental. And then my mum rang me up in the morning. She was like, Bailey, get out of bed. I was like, why? I think this was the day after. That's when it hit 12 or hit 10 for something, I think on Amazon or something. She was like, Bailey, jump out of bed. I was like, what's going on? I thought something happened. She was like, oh no, you're 12. And I'm like, Jesus. So yeah, it was a bit of a mad do that. And then shortly after that, I did a guest mix and interview for DJQ. That was a big thing. That was a very big thing for me.
We're definitely going to touch on that because we know that DJQ is a role model. He's someone that's been in the game a long time, but he's also a big figure in your career, someone you look up to, right?
Yeah, he's big time. He is. When he played, I don't think this is public knowledge, but I'm going to make it public knowledge. When he played My Tune Without You on Kiss FM for the first time in November, yeah. And everyone was sat in my room because we were all sat waiting. Because what he did was, when he first started his shows, he'd text you and say, yo, I'm going to play a tune tonight. And he'd be like, I'm on at this time to this time. So like, alright, cool.
So you're ready?
So me and my mum and my sister were all sat, everyone was sat in my bed, and then he went, oh, this tune off BaileyP straight out of Yorkshire or something. And obviously my mum was sat behind me crying, my sister was sat behind me crying, I started crying. But that's how much it meant to us, it was like such a mad thing because obviously I'm just Bailey and I'm on national radio, and then obviously from that to go to Kiss FM on a national radio and hearing my voice, and then it was mental. Everything just keeps topping it, and I just don't know how. Do you know what I mean? But I'm super grateful for everything, and it's just a journey, enjoying it, living it.
No, it's definitely a journey that you're enjoying. I've been part of that journey. We've spoken on radio as well, and played your tunes as well, which is it's been amazing to be a part of it. Now, we're seeing behind the scenes of a lot of great things. That moment, like you said, with you and your family is amazing. But in these kind of careers, say with me, with football, there's so many highs, but sometimes there's lows as well. In your career that you've had so far, is there any times where you've either had self-doubt or things just haven't gone your way?
Yeah. Obviously, because I listen to my tunes that much, sometimes you sit there and you think, oh, is this tune actually going to bang? Or sometimes you've got your hopes up that much for a tune, when it flops, it really hurts. Mm-hmm. Do you get me? Obviously, and the hardest thing that I've ever been through mentally was my knee. When I did my knee in, I was like, because...
How did you do it, Tom?
I went sledging.
How did you do it?
Sledging. I actually went sledging, and my mate, near me is a hill like this, and at the bottom is a wall.
Okay.
Yeah. But obviously, me being me, I would just like, someone said, my mate actually went, I think he said something like, you won't do it, or like, give me the sledge. So what we established when we went out that night were a £10 plastic sledge is stronger than my knee. Because the sledge didn't break, but my knee did.
Oh my
so
days.
My meniscus at the back torn off. I tore my ACL partially, but they weren't even gonna. I went to hospital the next day because my knee blew up.
Yeah.
And they weren't even gonna do anything with it. They just thought like I might have like bruised my knee or something. But I said nah. Like when I did it, what happened was I went down a hill and I've twisted it and my foot's gone like that and my knee's come up and I heard a pop, like it was a loud pop. Like a pop. So I said to the woman at the hospital, listen, my knee's popped. It's not like a bruise. It's just not. So then they went to see me to a specialist, and because my ACL didn't fully snap, it partially like tore. Do you get what I mean? But it was my meniscus that was a pop, but that still did some damage. So they sent me for an MRI scan and said, oh yeah, your meniscus. But this is it's like a 50-50 repair. It's like you've got a 50% chance of it repairing, but you can't ever tell if it's repaired or not. But I think mine has repaired because they said that sometimes your knees give way and my knee hadn't done that yet. So
touch wood. But then obviously, so that was a mental journey that you had to recover from because you're a very active person and you couldn't be for a very long period of time.
Well, to be fair, I got the lucky because of the timing of it. We were still in lockdown at this time.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like in the middle of summer. I've just come out of lockdown. If that did that, gee, I don't know how to cope with that. But yeah, it was hard because I can't just get out of my bed. I couldn't get out of my bed. I couldn't go downstairs. If I did have to go, I'd have to come home to watch me because I was on crutches. And it was just hard. Like you can't go out your room. I would try to be proper brave for it, but there were times where it just gets you down.
Yeah,
and
it's
just
tough.
like, wow, like, I can't do that. I was sat in bed. I would try to make a tune, but because my knee was hurting that much, I couldn't make a tune. And that's what really got to me. I just couldn't.
So here's the question, and how did you get yourself out of it, or how do you get yourself out of situations when you have these lows, the song doesn't do as well as you want it to do, you might not get the right reaction for a crowd, you might have writer's block when it comes to your music. Do you have a process to get yourself back onto positivity?
I don't know. For me, it's like going out, just getting out of the house, just leave that space. Just go look at something. Just go look at a horse and think, what is that horse thinking?
I look at cows.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
In the field.
Yeah. Like, what is it thinking? And then instantly, mind's off of that. And the way that I look at it is, Bugsy Malone was saying it as well. When you're on that negative vibe, you're on like a treadmill. This is how he interpreted it. You're like you're on a treadmill. Now, say you're on a good vibe and all this stuff's coming at you at a fast pace, like everything's like in a care package dropping off to your right. Here's this booking, here's this achievement, here's that. When you're on that negative mindset, that treadmill slows down. So don't let that treadmill slow down. Yeah. And that's how you gotta look at it.
Get that speed up again.
Yeah, just don't even. And whatever it is that you're feeling is if you really think about it, it's probably nothing.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? It is probably like, obviously I'm not saying it's nothing, but when you really like, I can't even explain.
I think in a year's time will this matter?
Yeah.
And also in a year's time, if I let this affect me, what opportunities am I missing out on, and what good things am I not allowing to come my way by thinking of it? And then I think, actually, pragmatically, what can I actually do to affect it? If that is something where you need, I say, okay, cool. Can I take painkillers? Can I do exercises? Can I do something to strengthen it? Can I give myself an hour where I focus on work to take my mind off it? Yeah. And that's a kind of way to kind of pull yourself back.
Do you know what else is a big thing for me as well? The gym. The gym's a big thing. I don't like wearing earphones. People like to wear earphones. I can't do it.
Really?
I can't do it.
That's something.
Why
is that? A music man like yourself doesn't like to wear headphones in the gym. No. So you don't listen to music?
No.
Are you listening to the atmosphere and whatever's going on?
Yeah, I don't even listen to that. I just like to just make myself hurt. Like, it's not like a psycho thing, but it's just like, if you're in the gym and you're going for it, it's just like, but obviously, it's not like, I can't even explain it to you, but if you listen to music, it kind of takes your mind off of it, where I feel like, if you can beat that,
you want to feel the burn of everything.
When you're on a treadmill, I can't remember who said it now, but it's a famous quote, but he's saying that if you're on a treadmill and you're running, there's a voice, Will Smith, and he's saying to you, that voice in your head that's telling you you're tired. If you can beat that voice in your head,
you win every time.
Mentally, you're going to win. So you beat that voice in your head, you pushed it.
I love that.
Do you know what I mean?
But I'm not going to do it. I'm definitely getting my headphones. Yeah. I need my tunes, I need my Bailey P bass line in.
No, don't get me wrong, sometimes I might do, but 9 times out of 10 I don't do it.
I like that though, man. It says a lot about your character. You mentioned about lockdown was a situation with your knee. Something else happened in lockdown. You became a man in the literal term, and not in any other free way. Turning 18 in lockdown. What was that like for you, man?
Pretty mad because I've been doing these shows for so long. Like these under 18s, thinking when I'm 18, I'm gonna break out. I'm gassed. I just want to do over 18 bookings and that. I want to get out there and just live my life.
And go into clubs.
Yeah, and just experience stuff. And and then I think I got put into lockdown the 27th, and I turned 18 on the 30th. And I'm like, oh.
So you've been fully the full lockdown.
Because my best mate Sonny, he turned 18. I think his birthday is the 4th of February. If I get that wrong, I really like such a bad best mate.
Okay.
I think I'm
it's
pretty
around
sure
that
it's the 4th of February, or 3rd or 4th.
So did he catch a little bit?
He got to go out and do it, and then obviously I couldn't do it, and obviously with the career that I wanted to just go and experience it. Do you know what I mean? And to be fair, I don't even really I don't really like raves, to be honest, because you just stood in the middle of everyone sweating on you, and you think, Jesus, if you ever see me in a rave, I'll be stood at the back.
So Bailey P, even at 19, we've spoken about the fact that you've had such an amazing career so far. We're going to get into what the future holds for you, but I feel like being a mentor or being someone that always wants to give back is a massive part of your character. Would you say the same?
Yeah, I like to do that, to be honest.
So let's get into that a little bit. You are someone that a lot of people look up to. You mentioned you got your first break at the teen scene parties. That's a younger generation. I'm a big believer as well in wanting to inspire the next generation of people that come after you. So as far as the lessons you've learned, let's start with actual music and let's start with producing. What would you say to people who wanting to get into the production game? Maybe they're in it now and they need a little bit of guidance and they want to hear what you'd have to say.
I remember last year, I had literally obviously because I had the job. Obviously, I had my job, but because when I did my uni, I had to quit it, so I had no source of income. So I literally had no money. Yeah, so I literally had nothing, and I was like, every time I release something, I want to do it professionally. So what I'd say to them to do is, I just put everything into my music. I'd make 30 quid. I don't know how I'd make it off pack sales. I used to sell drums and serum patches. I had 30 quid, that's all I had to my name. Other people would buy a bottle of it or something. I just thought, nah, fuck that. Paid an artwork time, 30 quid, kind of artwork, yeah, cool. Did that, banged it out. As a free download, I wasn't even going to make any money back. No money back. And I just used to do that. So what I'd say to them is and also as well, what I feel like the big thing is nowadays is followers and views. That, do you know what I mean? Fuck that. It's not like it is, but at the same time, it's not at the same time because what I mean is in like a music sense.
Focus on the music.
Yeah, like if your music's good, it's gonna catch on. If you've got the talent, or if you're sick in whatever way, shape or form, it's gonna catch on. Do you get what I'm saying? Don't worry about that'll come. People get too caught up in that. I'm gonna make this tune because it'll get me that. Nah. What do you want to make? Make it.
Yeah.
Who cares about if you're putting a house piano on garage drums, yeah, and all you've heard that is on a Nathan Dawe tune and he's got house drums, and people are like that's not supposed to be like that. Fuck them. Do you know what I mean? Do you know Lee Scratch Perry is? He made reggae. He invented the genre reggae and dub and give reggae to Bob Marley for his birthday. And you think he ever let someone say to him, "Oh, yeah, that piano don't work with a delay on it"? So, do you know what I mean? Like music, there's a quote where it's like music is just to everyone it's so different. There's no rules in music.
No interpretation.
Obviously, there's like keys and like it's that key, but there is no rules to music.
But that to me sounds more like not even a structure. They're like I wouldn't say rules. They're the tools to make your vision come to life.
Yeah. There's no rules in music. Yeah, like you said, the tools. I don't really say it. But yeah, like I'd say to a producer, if I could say to a producer sat in front of me now, he was struggling, so I'd just say, listen, put everything got into it, trust the process, do everything the proper way, so Spotify, distribute it, so some way or shape or form you're going to make something back, revenue. If you want to put a free download out, as long as it's obviously all original, it's all yours. Even if you want to put a free download on SoundCloud, still, it might cost you 30 quid, 35 quid to sign up to a distributor, yeah. Bang the tune out as well on Spotify as well as the free download, because if people are listening to it on SoundCloud, some people don't have SoundCloud, they've got Spotify, so they might listen to it on that. Even if it's you making 6 quid, every pound counts.
It's also money from your passion.
Yeah, exactly. That's do you know what it is? That's the real blessing.
Yeah.
Like I've not worked. I obviously I don't have a job. Music is my full-time thing right now, and I'm getting paid off like that. It's like the biggest blessing. I'm so grateful for it. I have to remind myself that sometimes when I'm having them down days, like we spoke about earlier, I've got to remember that. Like, there's people out here working, and I respect that, and doing things that they really don't like doing.
Yes.
And I'm just sat at home making music. What have I got to complain about? Do you know what I mean? It is literally that. Like.
So when you talk about the inspiring the next generation, do you, other than this conversation now, have you ever had a chance to actually, do you speak to the next generation, or do you feel like you just express yourself through music? Because it's obviously got a lot to say, and it's obviously got a lot of great things to be heard. But is that something that you do on a daily basis?
I love to push people. I like to see people. I like to push people.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't want to name. Like, I don't want to say to you, I've done this for this person. And that
No. But when people
are
around
take it away
you,
from them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I like to push people. And I like to I've helped people. I've been like, yo, just send me this. I'll do it for you. Like even if it's just making the mix louder. So when your people listen on the phone, it's louder because sometimes them things do matter. Or if you need a voice tag, just send me it and I'll put a delay on it for you, just to spice it up a little bit, make it sound less out of the ordinary. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like that's when it comes to music as well. Sometimes some tunes that I make, I might just put some seagulls in the background. but why?
Alright, let's talk about that. What's the maddest sample, the maddest thing you've ever put on a track and you've gone, what is this? You might have like rolled some dice and put it next to your microphone. Let's hear it, because I don't know if you're fans of Queen, the band Queen with Freddie Mercury. One of their first albums, Bohemian Rhapsody, is when they had boxes and sprinklers and they put like needles on drums and all this madness. What have you done, Bailey P, in a song? Seagulls is one, because that's just...
I do loads of stuff to be fair. I put some mad shit sometimes.
I want to hear it, come on.
I don't know though off the top of my head, but I'll go home and I'll remember.
Okay, so
let's do quite a few things though. But it's like just to like, it's just like make it like a few hair seagull. But it might be that quiet you don't even realise it. It's subconscious. You're like, something's weird about this. I can't remember. And then it's some seagulls in the background.
There's a bass line. It's It's like what?
You get me?
I'm at the seaside.
I've used my mates' voices. Fuck it up.
Okay.
I've used that. I've used quite a few weird things, to be honest.
Have you ever used your own voice for any songs?
I had a clash against someone in lockdown. Called RTD. I clashed this guy called RTD. I think he added me in Lengoland, this bassline. If you know what it is, bassline like group. Yeah. Like a community. And we were doing like sending for each other because we were locked down, no one could do all. So let's do this clash lot. But we were like, oh, Bill, do you want it? So I was like, come on then. So he sent for me. No, I sent for him first because he said to me, so I'm like, fuck you, if you want to kind of go for me, I'm going to go for you first.
And what did you do?
Try to beat it. So I just said, his name's RTD, so I just put RTD, pitched it down, and then STD. I just did something. I was just like, fuck it. And he sent back through, obviously because I did my own vocals on it. And he sent back with bars, I sent back with bars, he sent back again, so I sent back again. I want this.
So you're a DJ, producer, battle rapper, clash DJ.
Do you know Maxwell D Serious?
Yeah.
So he goes, don't let me get serious. Yeah. So what I did was I made the tune and I sampled that on the drop for it. Don't let me get, and I go serious. That's how I take it. Try test Bailey, you're never gonna make it. And I go, you must be loopy, you're just a groupie. Not that fluky shit that got spooky. I talking dead man, fuck your dead plan. It's gone to your head man, I'll be head man. I just went in like that. But I did it to some like bass line tune and I put some bass. I don't even know, bro. I just had, it was so fun because it's
expression, man.
Yeah, because you're forced. Because you were saying, like, I said to him, like, you got 12 hours to reply. Put it on his So he said back in 12 hours, and then he put, you got 12 hours. Like, fuck, now I've got to do 12 hours. So everything was done. Like, we set like 4 tunes in about 3 days or something like that. We were meant to.
How did it conclude? How did it end? Was it like, yo, we both smashed it, that was fun?
Fucked him up. I won't even lie. And RTD, listen, I'll probably use this and be like, oh, I'm sending for Bailey again. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It would then.
It's come and gone, but it shows again your real passion for music. Because it doesn't matter what angle it's coming at, you are ready to step up and defend music.
I love it. It's just fun, innit? It's just a bit of banter, bro. It's like it's just fun because it's just something completely different. It's not just making a tune now. It's like obviously, and it's a good way to build a bit like attraction as well. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, listen, the fans can come from any angle. Let's talk about that for a second as well. You mentioned earlier that you had people asking for pictures for you. Do you see the success as starting to take into like a fame thing? Like, do you see yourself? You got a decent following on social media. Is it about to?
I don't care about the people coming to ask for photos with me. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care about none of that. I don't care. Like, all I want people to think, or if you honestly,
Associate Bailey P with.
I just want you to think if whatever he touches is sick.
Okay.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
And it's like that legendary state. Like, I want that legendary status of like, yeah.
When you say legendary status, who are you thinking? Who inspires you? Who's the people that's like, right, if ever I could be in the same conversation as them?
Q.
DJ Q.
Fucking QQ's a legend. This
Yeah.
scene, bro. No cap.
Yeah.
You looking up Predator. You're telling me Predator's not a bad boy.
I was listening to the remix of what you did. It's got LMA and Mahalia remix. Literally in my car on the way
it's like,
here.
what makes him so good is he'll just drop a grand trap, garage trap,
Yeah.
house trap.
And do you know what it is? A bit like what you said. If you see Predator, you know it's fire.
Predator. You get me?
You know it's fire.
Yeah,
So yeah, they're big. Go on.
Obviously EZ, come on.
Yeah.
EZ,
Go. Yeah.
legendary DJ.
Yeah.
There's just the brothers. Do you know what it is? Everyone's so good in their own ways and characteristic. Do you know who else I look up to as well? Swifter. He's sick at
Okay.
beats. Swifter production.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. His
Swifter
prime was sick.
production.
His bass line was sick as well. Back
Yeah.
in Fortunes was sick. Obviously Wookie, you got MJ Cole, which I had the pleasure of meeting, and Wookie were listening to my tunes. I was like, what's going on? But I met MJ Cole, I didn't even realise, because I was pretty waved at Manchester Warehouse project. So I didn't even realise it was MJ Cole, so I'm just chatting to him, because I was like kind of stood side on, because we just kind of like ended up standing next to each other. I don't know, we just got chatting about music, and then he asked me, oh, do you make music? I was like, yeah, like, what do you make? I was like, oh, garage. He's like, also. And obviously it's not like a dickhead thing that I didn't know MJ Cole, like I literally.
No,
I don't even know how it happened, and they were like, and then he was talking about garage drums, like, oh, so what your favourite, like, so what is it? I said garage, I love garage drums. But he was like, why? Because you can literally express yourself in whatever way you want. You want to put bassline sample on it, just do it.
Yeah.
It's like DJ Q's like Sunshine, I don't know if you've heard that. But it's like a warper tune, but it's so nice, but it's got them bassline things to it. You can do that. You can literally just take good with evil and smash them together.
And you and MJ Cole
It's
bonded
like,
over that.
I've got a
That's
tune
mad.
coming out on the 8th of December called Good and Bad, which I think this will be out. I think after that or before that. If it is, I'll probably be promoting it by then. And that tune, when it's gonna make it, I want you to take evil and good, and like put them together. So like with the melodies. He goes, you're all that and then I make it like proper wide, and then go boom, 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 boom. Do you know what I mean? Like,
right, we just got a vision of the Bailey P dancing that he said, the bobbing and the head down. So what's next for you then? Like, what's the next step? You mentioned you got trying to do a release every month. You want to put some things out there, but you're going to look back at this. This is a great way to see into the life of Bailey P. When you look back in a year's time, what do you want to have accomplished?
I don't, honestly, I kind of got an idea, but I don't at the same time. But one thing I would say is I want to chat again.
Okay.
I want to do that again. I want to be like, obviously, a bit more well known. I want to be a bit more respected as an artist. I want to be on bigger stages, obviously. I want to be on bigger bookings. Obviously, just the simple stuff.
Progression.
But most important of all, I want the music to be banging. Like mix downs, I want masters. Like, obviously, don't get caught up in that, but I want my ideas to still be at the same level, if not better. Obviously, I want it to be better, but yeah, they're the things I'm mostly going for. I'm not really going for like the cloud side of stuff. I'm going for more just the quality of the music, because that will come with the quality. You get what I'm saying? So,
well, from booking wise, you've done different cities. Potentially, when travel's allowed to open again. Well, first of all, would you like to go further UK wide, and then maybe go across the water?
I went to the gym. I went to the gym not yesterday, the day before, and my mate Cassian was there, and he used to go to school. Cassian, when I seen him, and he was like, "Big Bailey P, what you still doing here? What do you?" He's like, "Oh, I'm surprised you're not some next gym, some next this and that." And I was like, "Nah." And then he was like, but he was saying, your time's coming now. And to be honest with you, like recently over the last couple of months, I've been it's like a feeling. It's weird. Like I kind of feel it coming. Do you know what I mean?
Abroad?
No, like not just that, just my time.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel a level up coming.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? Like I feel like something's about to kick off. Something's about
Not sure what it is.
I'm not sure what it is. I don't want to know what it is. Surprise me. It could be anything. I don't care, but I can feel something coming, and like I do want to do abroad bookings. Do you know what I mean? I do want to go out there. And
Where would be your dream place abroad? Would it be a festival? Is it hideout? Is it just Ibiza? Is it?
Do you know there's only one thing that I could say that I want to do, like properly want to do, back-to-back main stage with DJQ and Bass Fest. That's what I want.
Bass Fest, back-to-back DJQ.
When I walk at gym sometimes on this set of tunes, I sound like such a fanboy, but it's so true. But it's when I'm walking, I'm thinking I could do this mix with that, and then I'm imagining back to back with Q and Q. Like, all right, okay, and then he pulls the mix off. That's better than that. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to do something. Do you get me? Like, that's how I kind of look at it. But obviously, it's not a competition thing. But that's just how I.
It's not like when idols become your rivals. It's more when idols become your.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Compatriots.
So that's one thing that I would say that I definitely want. That I see myself doing it at some point. Don't know when it'll be. I'm not bothered when it'll be, but I see it happening at some point.
So bigger stages, bigger bookings, big tunes, same quality, improvement on the quality, hella releases.
I'm upping my game, like,
and stepping up
everywhere, like
every aspect.
Yeah, big things. I'm a big believer in. I don't. What's the word? Less talk, more action.
Yes.
I do that. I like to do that. Only a few people know about what's going on today because I don't want to say until it just drops. Like, yo, when did you do that? Or just, do you know what I mean? And that's what I like to do because if you're telling everyone, because the less you say, the more your word is valued. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. So that's how I'm kind of treating this, like, and everything. So that's why, like, I want to kind of say things, but then I'm like, I don't want to say things, but I do want to say things. Do you know what I mean?
But it's all a learning curve, man. And I do wish you undoubtedly the biggest progression, the best of luck, and you know, for when the year comes since you dropped this, I'd love to know, like, what would you want to say to yourself in a year's time? So now Bailey P, to the Bailey P in a year's time who's gonna listen to this.
Don't fucking get caught up in egotistical shit, fuck all that. Keep the ones that are around you with you, because they're the ones, and live your life. Don't get caught up in bullshit. One thing I'm gonna say to you, this is what I'm gonna say, but I forgot about it. I'm gonna get a sign in neon. Do you know those neon signs?
Oh, I want a neon sign.
Sick, expensive though, I'm thinking.
And I've got a link. I've found some decent ones.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna buy them because they're
Etsy.
quite pricey. Where?
Etsy, the website. You can get some. I want to get one for the businesses.
Don't overthink shit. That's
so not Bailey P.
No.
You're gonna get a quote.
Don't overthink shit.
Don't overthink shit.
That's where everyone stumbles, bro.
So in a year's time, whether it's in your room at one of your sets, because we're gonna see this. We're gonna see this neon sign.
Don't overthink.
Don't overthink.
Because literally, this is one thing as well that producers do. I've done it. I've been doing it. This is why, this is how I get out of writer's block, like you asked earlier. Is you be writing a tune like, oh, is this good enough? You're overthinking it.
Yeah.
And I used to just make tunes. I used to make tunes and bash out melodies for fun. I still do, obviously, but it's kind of slowed down because I'm thinking, is this good as well?
When success starts to
because
happen,
I go back and listen to, sometimes I just export the melodies. I think, oh, it's alright, but I'm not going to use it now. But I go back and it's like, yo, what fucking sick that. So I'm like, right, let's pull this back into this.
And just to end around it off, how many songs do you think you've made in your career so far? Are we in the tens?
Shall I show you? Shall I show the camera there?
Are we in the tens? Are we in the 50s? Are we in the hundreds?
I think this year I've made about 250. Anyway, this is how many I've got. Obviously, then it goes a bit further down, but they're just the ones that I rate that I've exported, so I've got more in my files.
That is crazy.
But it's just like, because I don't like to spend more than 3 days on a tune.
Bailey P, in a year's time, tell us where you'd want to be. In a sentence.
In my own studio, that's not in my bedroom, and just sat back, kicking back, making beats with a bottle of Ciroc and red wine, bad boy, red wine. Oh,
with Ciroc?
What?
Or separately? With as in Ciroc?
Nah, red wine instead of Ciroc. Yeah.
Oh, instead of, okay, so
£6.50 Yellowtail Shiraz. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, there we have it. I've been Sanchez Payne. This has been a great look into the life of the up-and-coming, amazing superstar that is DJ Bailey P.
Thank you, Sanchez. Appreciate it.
Pleasure, man. Absolute pleasure.
I've been Bailey P. I hope you enjoyed this bit of content. Make sure to subscribe, like and comment if you want to see more of this. Also, make sure to go drop a follow on Sanchez and myself social medias, which will be in the link in the description. And thank you once again for watching.